which way you're going, Billy. Can lay me down to die, going on.
Funny clothes are kind of funny. Her hair is
1970 brought us a new decade, new sounds, and a whole lot of one-hit wonders. These songs may have been their only moment in the spotlight, but wow, did they shine. From soulful anthems to funky rock bops, these tracks captured a year of musical magic and gave it a permanent groove. Let's dust off the vinyl and jump into 13 one-hit wonders from 1970 that time forgot.
just a little bit tighter now, baby.
Number 13, Tighter, Tighter by Alive and Kickin. Tighter, Tighter is what happens when Brooklyn Soul meets Tommy James magic. Originally written for James himself, this romantic anthem blends feel-good harmonies with irresistible horns. Alive and Kickin' turned it into a top 10 hit, climbing to number 7 on the Billboard charts. The track's heartfelt lyrics and infectious rhythm made it a summer favorite of 1970. Tragically, the band never replicated that success. But this classic still finds its way onto throwback playlist. It's proof that one perfect hit glory can still leave a lasting impression.
73 men sailed up from the sand.
Number 12, Ride, Captain Ride by Blues Image. Blending 70s rock with a tale of maritime mystery, Ride, Captain Ride became Blues Image's definitive statement. The story of 73 sailors embarking on an untold adventure resonated with audiences, propelling the track to number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. Fun twist, the song title was inspired by the 73 keys on the rider's piano. Bluesy vocals and dreamy electric piano riffs made this a one-highlight wonder for the Tampa band.
We can laugh our lives away and be free.
If you're hearing a tinge of nostalgia, it's probably because Anchorman brought it back into pop culture orbit.
funny. Her clothes are kind of funny. Her hair is
Number 11, Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes by Edison Lighthouse. Bubblegum pop perfection, Love Grows captured hearts in 1970 with its sunny vibe and earworm chorus. The brainchild of Tony Burrows, the king of session vocals, the track became an international smash, climbing to number 5 in the US. Quirky fact, the actual Rosemary doesn't exist.
and people say she's crazy. And
This studio band's bouncy tune epitomized carefree fun, straddling the line between 60s folk and ultra-polished radio pop. It's a joyful reminder that love can spread wherever clever songwriting takes it.
ooh, child, things are gonna get easier.
Number 10, Ooh Child by the 5 Stairsteps. Optimism wrapped in silky harmonies, Ooh Child emerged as a soothing anthem of hope. Sung by the Burke siblings, this soulful gem climbed to number 8 on the charts. Its message that brighter days are ahead is as timeless as its breezy groove.
Ooh, child, things will be brighter.
Reinvented across generations, including a spotlight feature in Guardians of the Galaxy, this track holds an eternal place in pop culture. Few songs can make us feel the way this one does, with just 5 words.
In the summertime when the weather is high, you can stretch right up.
Number 9, In the Summertime by Mungo Jerry. Written in a lightning-quick 10 minutes, In the Summertime is sun-soaked bliss. Ray Dorsett's toe-tapping rhythm, created without drums, gave the song its hypnotic edge. A worldwide hit, it landed at number 3 on the US charts while topping spots globally. Its lyrics represent pure summer freedom, driving with the windows down or lounging under the sun. Over 5 decades later, it remains a quintessential warm weather anthem. You can practically feel the sunshine when it plays. Number 8, The Rapper by the Jaggerz. Before the rapper meant lyrical flow in hip-hop, the Jaggerz were spinning tales about smooth-talking players who used charm to captivate their audience. Written by frontman Donnie Iris, This track is a cheeky ode to a man who knows how to rap his way into anyone's heart. A blend of upbeat rhythms, jazzy undertones, and Iris's distinctive vocals propelled it to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1970. The Jaggerz were hometown heroes from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, dabbling in the blue-eyed soul sound sweeping the era. Fun fact, Donnie Iris went on to join Wild Jerry, the band behind the iconic disco rock hit Play That Funky Music. Yet, even with that association, none of his other musical collaborations matched the charm and chart-topping power of the rapper. It's a playful, flirty track that still brings a wink and a smile decades later. The term rapper might have evolved, but the Jaggerz' influence as storytellers of romantic antics left a mark. While the band didn't reach the same dizzying heights again, the rapper stands as proof that being a one-hit wonder can mean driving lasting cultural moments far beyond the radio waves. Number 7, Spirit of the Sky by Norman Greenbaum. With a fuzz-toned guitar riff that practically screams 1970, Spirit of the Sky takes listeners on a cosmic, gospel rock ride like no other. Norman Greenbaum wrote this genre-defying anthem in less than 20 minutes after watching a TV preacher. The result? A track so universally appealing that it hit number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and permanently embedded itself in pop culture. What makes this song so fascinating is the juxtaposition. Here was a Jewish folk rocker writing a gospel song that felt authentic enough to be sung in church, yet edgy enough to blast at a rock festival. Greenbaum's storytelling was spiritual without being preachy. He created lyrics about life after death, paired with electrifying guitar work, giving it the unique ability to appeal to both faith seekers and hard rockers alike. This track has been featured in countless films from Apollo 13 to Guardians of the Galaxy and ads, introducing its heavenly energy to generations unfamiliar with its roots. Greenbaum never replicated the success, but he didn't mind. Spirit in the Sky gave him one iconic legacy, simultaneously spiritual yet rebellious. That's rock and roll perfection right there.
I'm sure you know that I love ya. I need ya.
Number 6, Vehicle by the Ides of March. Vehicle is one of those tracks that just reaches out and grabs you right away. From its punchy brass intro to its soulful lyrics, the Ides of March delivered a hit that commands attention. Written by lead vocalist Jim Peterick, the song tells the true story of how Peterick became a reluctant driver for a girl who was more interested in rides than romance. Talk about turning life's frustrations into art. What makes Vehicle truly unforgettable is its fusion of horn-driven funk, hard rock edge, and Peterick's riveting vocals. Think James Bond theme meets Chicago's brass section amplified by rock and roll swagger. The track didn't just chart, it revved straight to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it Warner Brothers' fastest-selling single at the time. After this massive hit, the Ides of March faded, but Peterick had bigger plans. He went on to co-write Eye of the Tiger for Survivor, cementing his place in music history. Still, Vehicle perfectly captures the grit and dynamicism of the 1970s rock scene. Pop it on your playlist and you'll see why it's a highway anthem that never quits.
Changing of sunlight.
Number 5, Reflections of My Life by the Marmalade. A wistful anthem about longing for simpler times, Reflections of My Life remains one of the most poignant tracks of 1970. Written by Junior Campbell and Dean Ford, this introspective ballad became the Marmalade's first global hit, charting at number 10 in the U.S. and dominating charts worldwide. Its lyrics speak to generational heartbreak, capturing the feelings of disillusionment after the turbulence of the 1960s. With gorgeous orchestration, haunting vocals, and Campbell's innovative use of a reverse tape guitar solo, this song blends melancholy and beauty like few others can. The line, "The world is a bad place, a terrible place to live, but I don't want to die," feels raw and relatable even now. The Marmalade, a Scottish pop rock band, built a following in the UK, but none of their other music gripped the world quite like Reflections of My Life. Though they flirted with chart success afterward, this bittersweet masterpiece solidified their place in music history. Few songs carry such emotional depth, making it a timeless reflection of the human experience.
Indiana wants me, Lord, I can't go back there.
Number 4, Indiana Wants Me by R. Dean Taylor. This unique storytelling track pulls listeners into the desperate world of a man on the run. Inspired by the movie Bonnie and Clyde, Indiana Wants Me is rich with cinematic flair, complete with police sirens and dramatic desperation. Taylor, a Canadian artist, stands out as one of the few white performers signed to Motown, proof of his ability to transcend the usual musical boundaries of the 70s. Climbing to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, the song brought folk rock into uncharted territory.
So tired of running, Indiana wants me.
It's more than a ballad. It's an auditory crime drama filled with tension, regret, and raw emotion. Fun fact, some radio stations had to create siren-free edits of the song because drivers thought an actual police chase was happening. Genius or chaos? You decide. R. Dean Taylor may not have had another chart-topping hit, but Indiana Wants Me remains groundbreaking, blending masterful storytelling with genre-defying sound. You can still feel the pulse of the chase when you hear it.
There is a house in New Orleans.
Number 3, House of the Rising Sun by Frijid Pink. Frijid Pink took a classic folk tune, made famous by the Animals in 1964, and electrified it into a thundering psychedelic masterpiece. When their version of House of the Rising Sun hit the airwaves, listeners were blown away by its heavy, distorted guitars and pounding bass line. It felt less folksy and more like a punch to the chest, making rock purists sit up and take notice. This Detroit-based band turned the haunting cautionary tale into a fuzz-filled rock anthem, reaching number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song's raw edge and haunting delivery made sure their rendition stood apart, solidifying it as the definitive heavy rock take on this classic. Although Frijid Pink didn't maintain commercial success, this hit gave them cult status among vintage rock fans. Their one masterpiece didn't just make noise in 1970, it rang through rock history with an intensity that's impossible to ignore. Number 2, Venus by Shocking Blue, the unmistakable opening riff, the sultry, commanding vocals. Shocking Blue's Venus has been stopped, repeated, and remixed for generations, but its original 1970 release was a fiery triumph. Written by the Dutch band's founder, Robbie van Leeuwen, it burned up the charts worldwide, claiming the number 1 spot in the U.S. Frontwoman Mariska Veris had a voice that was both sultry and soulful, making Venus a track that captured attention from the very first note. Fun trivia: despite the song's iconic lyrics, the title Venus never appears in the verses, proving that it was Veris's powerhouse delivery that carried the jam. Though their chart-topping success might have been one and done, Shocking Blue's influence hasn't faded. Before Britney Spears or Bananarama put their spin on it, the song was already rocking its way into music immortality. A garage rock masterpiece, Venus is the ultimate blend of catchy hooks and bold energy.
Which way you going, Billy?
And at number 1, Which Way You Goin', Billy? By the Poppy Family. Which Way You Goin', Billy may not be as loud as the other hits of 1970, but its hauntingly beautiful tones ensure its place in music lore. The brainchild of husband and wife duo Terry and Susan Jacks, this song is a masterclass in capturing heartbreak. Peaking at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, it became an anthem of longing and lost love. The delicate arrangement, featuring acoustic guitars and a sitar-like flair, perfectly complements Susan's ethereal emotional delivery. The song's melancholy vibe makes you feel as if you're right there, watching Billy walk away into the unknown. Though Terry Jacks would later earn fame with the tear-jerking Seasons in the Sun, this track cemented the Poppy family as folk pop legends. It's raw, it's poignant, and it lingers long after it ends. Which Way You Goin', Billy isn't just a song, it's a bittersweet story frozen in a melody.
I thought you loved me, Billy.
And there you have it, 13 unforgettable one-hit wonders from 1970 that lit up the charts before quietly fading away. Which one's your favorite? Did we miss a hidden gem? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe and join us next time on America Retro Beats. Keep those grooves spinning.